So welcome back. So today I'm going to cover the rest of the topics. So whatever were pending, and we're going to cover the troubleshooting in Linux as well. Okay. So yeah, um, yeah, we need to go through running the shell scripts. We have to go through the type of the shells. So that I'll see. Uh, we have the package management, and we have system logs. That is one thing, and you have installations. Okay. So in Linux, we have something called shells. So shells are the type, different type of what to say, interactions with the OS. Okay. So how does it looks like is this? So you have the kernel, and you have the user space. Okay. So what exactly shell is? So shell is a way where you can interact with your operating system. Okay. So yeah, the shell is a way where we can interact with our operating system. We have the user space and we have a kernel space inside. So we can directly interact with the operating system through shell. So we have different types of shells. We have something called Bourne shell, kern shell, that would be K shell, and we have Bash. Okay, and we have C shell. So yeah, I think this is the one. Most of the places we do use the bash shell here or KSH sometimes. So this would be SH. Yeah, most of the places we do use the bash shell. Earlier we used to use the bone shell, the BSH. So nowadays, like after the updates, right? So we were using bash shell in most of the places. So there is K shell. It's kind of up to scripting, but let's say it has a different purpose altogether based on like some of the internal programs and all they do use K shell. And C shell is somewhere C, like which was written in C language, right? So for that one, we do use the C shell. So this is the one which we use mostly, the bash shell. And when we are writing a shell, right? So we need to mention what kind of shell we were writing, what kind of shell we were writing. Okay. So let me do that. So the first one would be what kind of shell we were writing. So we will mention to the operating system. So that one. So we are writing a bash shell and we are mentioning that just do the echo hello world. So this shell script does the same thing. And yeah, we need to give the execute permission. So by default, the shell script will not have any execute permissions. So chmod uh, plus script dot sh. So we can execute sh space, or we can give like dot hash. So that is how we write a shell script. Okay. So for the shell script part, we will do keep come back again. So for now, why we are looking for the shell script is, okay, we have sleep for, let's say, 900 seconds. Yeah. So if you see, a script is running in a front end, okay, and it will keep running for 900 seconds. Okay. So now we will take a separate session. So earlier we have the commands, right? The ps -ef and all. So let's do that. So we have bunch of process here. So what we'll do, we'll go for top. Yeah. So this is our process. So we are identifying the PID here. So what we'll do is, yeah, we are identifying the PID here. So what we'll do is, so we will take the PID in case if we want to kill. So in case if we want to kill, we will, yeah, we will kill with this command, kill -9. Okay. Let's say this is running in front end, right? So how will we run a particular process or a shell script in a backend? Okay. So I'm killing the script. So I'll give an ampersand symbol. So that will run the particular process in a backend. Yeah, we got a PID and we can press enter. So yeah, we can see a process is running in background. So that's how the background shell scripts works. So we will come back to this one. Like we will come back to the shell script again. We will write some complex shell script to help our need. So yeah, just a minute. Yeah, I'm just checking if any else pending thing, any script. Okay, so we mentioned that we will go through the troubleshooting, Linux troubleshooting. So let's go through that. Um, we will enable a swap over here. Okay, so df5 net. Let me see and enable the swap. Think we will come back to the swap again. So we have seen three different kind of issues. So one is CPU, one is memory, and one is disk related issues. and one is server shutdown. Okay. So we will run back one by one. Okay. So in order to simulate a CPU, right? So what will I do? So you have a H top and you have something called H top as well. Okay. Let me install H top. So what will I do? I'll run a stress program. Okay. So CPU. Yeah. So we'll install this one. So we are running a command. And yeah, this should bump up our CPU. Yeah. So if you see what's happening here is, so we have three CPU cores. Okay. And if you see the load average 1.88, 2.37. So all the cores are taking the load. So yeah, we have three CPUs and three CPUs are hitting the 100%. Okay. And if we are able to identify, see the H top is there. Let me maximize it. You have a genome shell. Okay. And let me see what happened is this script ran for 30 seconds. Okay. So next this time, what will I do? I'll run it for another. So yeah, if you see the stress program, right? So it's heating up the CPUs. So we can identify that, okay, the name of the process from the top. Okay. So whatever is heating the highest CPU, and we can capture that. So yeah, like we got an alert, let's assume we got an alert that one of our CPUs are getting high, right? So we can see how many cores are getting hit. So we have 0, 1, 2. So let's say even after the in the top we identified the program which is responsible for this. So what we can do, we can take a session. See, the problem is my system got so hung that I'm not able to do SSH as well. Okay, because it's eating up all the CPUs. So it's gonna continue for 50 seconds. Yes. So it handed for 50 seconds. So let me run it for another 30. So what I can do, so ps hyphen ef grep for stress. So I can kill this one with the PIDs, or I have a pkill command. Yeah, I'm not a sudo user. It should throw out an error. Yeah, I think that got exited. So that's the reason I'm not able to. But yeah, let me do. Yeah, so I'm able to terminate the program altogether, but I need to be careful. Like here, I gave the name. Let's assume if I gave p kill Java, it will kill out all the Java process. So instead of that, so what I'm supposed to do? So get the PID from here, kill hyphen 9 3113. So yeah, this is how we will troubleshoot and kill a process. So before killing it, we need to make sure which is the process. So why we are killing it. So who is the yeah. So yeah, why we are killing it? Who is the parent or something? Okay. So all these things we need to consider before killing it. And let's assume you have a run book that okay, you need to kill an operating, you need to kill a running process. So yeah, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you need to double check with the person, whoever is there, or whoever is the admin, or whoever wrote the that particular program, right? So yeah, you need to be little careful before killing any process. But if you have a straightforward run book, yeah, you can go ahead. So right now, if you see our memory, it's 537 MB out of total 6 GB. That's how it's running. Yeah. Before this, any doubts over here? Whatever I showed till now, any doubts, guys? Okay. I do consider no doubts then. Yeah. So the next one would be we want to simulate a memory related issue. So let's simulate that. So I'll give one CPU. I'm not gonna worry about IO, and I'll take 3 VMs. SNG is not there. Yeah, it didn't run properly. Let me run it again. Yeah, I think it's eating up 1 GB CPU out of 5.43. So if you go and see the free hyphen M, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is how it's looking like. So you have free FNM, total 5 GB is there. So the available which is in buffer. So we have enough of the data. So we are not able to completely stress the RAM, but we did up to some point. Let's assume you're not you are whatever the process running in your system, so you're not able to reduce any amount of RAM pressure there. So in that case, you need to enable the swap. Okay. So what happens? Swap takes over some of the load from physical RAM. So since swap is in virtual RAM, so it will take over some of the load. So let me show you. So these are all straightforward comments. So I'll keep it in the notes. And yeah, I guess I'll enable this swap on with this command. So yeah, if you see now we have enabled the swap as 8 GB, and we'll add a ETC entry as well, FS tab entry as well. So yeah, this is how it is. Now let's say if I run the pnm command now, so yeah, you had total 5 GB of RAM earlier time. Now you have swap memory, which is of 8 GB is available. Okay, so how can I stress it? So let me stress it. So yeah, it's eating up the memory. So load right now it's 2.25. It's gonna fill up everything, I assume. And it's holded one CPU core. Yeah, I'll reboot and see if it can use the swap. I think this is the first time I use swap. So let me reboot and see if the swap key is getting used. Yeah. So meanwhile, guys, you have any questions? I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Whatever I showing, like the troubleshooting part, right? Do you have any questions here? Okay. I think it's not yet used swap. I think still the need didn't came yet. So ultimately, like we have the direct 5 GB RAM. So in case if we need additional RAM, so we allocated the swap. So ideally it should be 10% or 20% of the total RAM, but we took over, like we gave additional thing. So that's how we troubleshoot the RAM related issues. And also, let me show you this. So yeah, this is the command. Yeah, so there is a specific command from PS itself. So we can keep the arguments, and let's assume we want to highlight which is the top consuming memory process. So we can use this command, the PS as an extension. We can get the top 10 consuming process involved. So since it is exited, yeah, we will get back to the genome shell, but usually it will highlight the program. So we can use this utility to identify that. So we have the next one as the disk space. So I can stress that one as well. So we can use this command, fallocate. So yeah, if you see what happened is, so I use this command fallocate to empty to create a large file, so 10 GB file, and ultimately what happened, it used a complete disk space. So I'll go ahead. So to troubleshoot, as we discussed, so first of all we'll run df-h command, so it will show where exactly the disk space is being used. So and then we see in this one du-h or du-max step one. So let's go to this one. Yeah, we can write ls, but ls doesn't show complete bytes how we are looking for the format. So yeah, we do have swap file and we have the lodge file. This is the lodge file which we created. Yeah, it's taking a while to calculate it. Okay, it's going through, since we are at the slash root, right? So it's going to each and every path and giving the data. So what I'll do, I'll delete this one. Cd var log. Yeah, allocate. So I have 8.3 GB left. So what I'll do, I'll run around 8 GB file. Okay. So So yeah, it's filled up to 99%. So what exactly we can do the going there? Okay. So let's assume we identified with the du-sh. Okay. So we identified this is the path where there is a problem. What exactly we can do the steps further? Okay. So let's go there. Okay. I think still I created at the slash itself. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what are all our options here? So we have a couple of options. So one option is we can use ZZ or TORXZ. So we can compress the file. So that is one option. It might work, it might not work. Let's assume if the file is completely there and there is nothing to compress it. So the compression will not work. But you can give it a try, check the size, how much it is before and after. So I'll show you how does the compression work. And what else you have? Like let's assume you have a storage server, an FTP server or somewhere, you can push the file there. You can for the analysis for later part. And if it is a huge log file, you can do a tail. Okay. Yeah, you can do a tail and you can check, okay, what exactly it is consisting of. You can take the last 5 line sample and then you can check it. Okay. So for now, I'm deleting the file. And as I told, we will discuss the zzip, right? So yeah, you have three different zip archives. So you have tar and zip. Okay, zip is standard. Whatever you are seeing in WinZip, right? It is the standard one. So let me go here. So zip space dot link. So this is what. So it deflated up to 88%. That's what it says. So what I did, the auth.log, I compressed it and kept it into repo.zip. So this is what. And this one will move it to cd slash temp, cd, and we can do unzip. So yeah, if we do unzip, right? So it's kind of extracted that file. So that's how this zip and unzip commands work. So we do have a better solution that is called tar archive. Okay. So let me show you that. So tar cvzf. So demo.tar.xz. So yeah, it is. We were able to create a tar with this command tar cvzf. C stands for creation, V stands for verbose, and F stands for like whatever the path file name we are giving, right? So for that one, so we are creating the tar archive name, and then we are giving the whatever the folder or files whichever we want to archive. So we can give that. Let's assume instead of this, if we want to archive full folder, we need to give either dot or the path name. And as usual, this one we can export the tar archive MB. So tar x VF. Yeah. So I'm able to extract it. So there is a combination that is called tar xz. Okay. So let me show you that. So tar minus z CVF. So what we are doing, we are combining tar with zip so that it will become tar.xz. Okay. So what will I do? This archive, I'll move it to temp. So the same command, tar.zz. Recoverable. Okay. Should work. Okay. For some reason, it's not working, but we can use the same utility to extract this. So that's up to here. We've seen like how to handle memory, how to handle the CPU related issues, and how to handle the disk space related issues. We have something called the host related issue. Let's assume if a host is shut down, so what else we can do? So what will I do? You won't get to know. You won't get to know what is your system status currently, like whether your Ubuntu VM is turned on or turned off because you don't have access to the hypervisor. So I'll shut down a VM. Yeah. Before that, I'll run two tests. Okay. So let me increase the size. Okay. So what will I do? I'll do a ping. So this is my laptop. From here, I'm trying to ping this one. Okay. So ping space, uh, if configured. So ping space, this one, 192.168.0.44. So what does ping do is it will send out some sample packets and it will verify it is able to get it or not, the reply. So we are able to get the sample packets return. So that's what it says. We have a different way of verifying whether the host is up or not because the ping works on a certain port called ICMP. Let's assume if the people disabled ICMP port, we have a different way to verify it. So for now, I'll shut down a VM. Yeah. And yeah, and if you see, it's unable to do a login. Okay. So what do? I'm doing a ping again. So I'm not getting a reply. Okay. So what exactly we gonna do? We're gonna do one more check. Let's call this. So if you see here, right, we are checking a host name with a particular port. Okay. So we are verifying. we are establishing the connection through this port. This is SSH port. So we will verify if we are able to do a telnet for that. Okay. So telnet space. So we are not able to get this one as well. So let me turn on the VM. Yeah, I guess we are able to conclude. You have any questions, guys? Or we are good for today's session? Okay. Yeah, looks like when you told like we don't have any questions, but yeah, I'll make a note of all the commands whatever I tried today at the in the notes, so you can give it right. So mostly in the production, these are the basic things. So we do have logs like to check where if the installation failed or any other things. So we do have logs. So that one will go get in the flow. But yeah, let's see. So what I'll do is I'll turn off the SSH service so no any other users can able to log in. So let's do open a terminal, sudo systemctl stop SSH. Yeah, stopping SSH. Its triggering units are still active. For now, it's okay. Yeah, it stopped. So now what I'll do, I'll try to do the SSH. Okay. Triggering units, SSH socket. I'll do a different way. Okay, now I'll do a session. Yeah, for some reason I'm not able to stop this SSL service. But yeah, mostly this is how we will verify. So we will do a ping and then we will do a telnet. So yeah, I'm able to do telnet. That means the SSH service is active. So if anytime if a host is shut down, you need to make sure to check these two checks. Like, so are you able to do ICMP ping or are you able to telnet any of the port? So with this, I'll conclude for today. Tomorrow we will see the package management and any rest of the topics which are pending. Otherwise, we'll go through the shell scripting them. So if you have any topics in your mind, you can just let know. So we will cover that. I think we are almost concluding the Linux basics. So yeah, later we will go through Git or Ansible, but that's up to you guys. So whatever you want to go through as. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'll be concluding. Thank you everyone for joining.